Spiritual dryness is very real. Okay, spiritual dryness is your physical body and your spiritual body. Okay, um, or we can call it spiritual negligence. Okay, um, what is blocking, or we can call it spiritual ignorance. Okay, let's call it spiritual ignorance. So, what is spiritual ignorance? Right? We ask ourselves, what is spiritual ignorance? You know, I do readings and I have people all the time talk about I have blockages in my life, right? And sometimes the blockages are yourself, okay? Sometimes the blockages are people, places, and things, okay? So you have to remove certain people, remove yourself from certain places, okay? Um, and if you have habits, you have to stop certain habits, okay? If this makes sense. So we're not taking care of ourselves, okay? That is spiritual ignorance, okay? When you don't take care of your, because you can take care of your physical body all day, okay? You can eat the right food, you can work out, but if you're not taking care of your spiritual body, remember I always say the spiritual body comes before the physical body, right? So our spiritual body is the body that speaks to us, speaks to the universe. Okay. The universe speaks back. Okay. And when you have spiritual ignorance or spiritual neglect, right? And you're always saying, I'm having blockages. Okay. There's always something, right? You have to look at yourself. Okay. Um, and ask yourself, are you really working on yourself with spiritual ignorance, okay, or spiritual neglect or spiritual blockage, okay? um I notice a lot, this happens for everybody, um the spiritual blockages, the spiritual ignorance. Sometimes the blockage is coming from people, places, and things, and you are allowing that blockage to happen, okay, unwillingly or willingly, okay, and it shows, okay, it shows on us, okay, we wear it. We wear it on our physical body so well, okay, and this happens to everybody, okay, everybody, even me, okay. So the importance of working on your spiritual neglect, spiritual ignorance, or your spiritual blockages is actually removing, replacing, okay, what is actually blocking you from doing the things that you want, okay, the things that make you happy, okay, because if you're not happy in your celestial body, okay, some of you guys don't know what celestial body is, spiritual body, you're not going to be happy on the outside, okay. A lot of us out here are empaths, empathic, okay. So being empathic, you take on a lot of subconsciously, unconsciously, and consciously other people's emotions, okay. And what happens is when you take on that, you wind up becoming spiritually neglected, ignored, okay, and spiritually blocked, okay. So you need to see the importance of staying away from negativity. I know it's hard because we live in a society that is so, how can I say this word? It's so conditioned. Okay, so conditioned to the superficial of the reality itself. Okay, because everything is superficial. Okay, who has the best car? Who has the best house? Who has the newest clothes? Um, everything is so superficial. And that's only the superficial is only on the physical. Okay, it's only resides or exists or coexists in the physical. Okay, so we always have to look past our physical body, because our physical body, yes, it's important to take care of our physical body, our health, our what we put in our body. Okay, your body will start to reject, okay, certain people, certain places, and certain things. Okay, because you're not supposed to have it. Okay, so your body will reject it. Okay, and this is naturally rejected. Okay, and you're not understanding what's happening to yourself. Okay, because this has happened to me plenty times, where spiritually there were certain foods I couldn't even ingest in my body anymore. Like literally, there would be days where I would go without even eating. Okay, without even eating, because spiritually my body was rejecting my food, okay, that I was ingesting, because it wasn't for me to ingest or digest. Okay, so your body will start rejecting. Okay, and this is natural process of spiritual importance. Okay, so also another thing is you can do is you can stay away from, so you got to feed yourself. Okay, so feeding yourself, what I mean by feeding yourself is not just feeding yourself with food. Okay, because we can sit here and eat all day. Okay, but what foods are we eating? Okay, also with positive affirmations. Okay, I get a lot of times where I do readings, and the first thing I say is, I hear you, I see you, and I feel you. Okay, I hear you, I see you, and I feel you. Okay, because sometimes people go through life and they're not being seen, they're not being heard. Okay, and there's not a response. Okay, there's not a response. So it's very important that we learn how to communicate. It's very important that we learn how to listen. Okay, and also mind our thoughts. Okay, because our mind is also a part of our spiritual neglect and spiritual ignorance. Okay, our mind plays a big part of it. What we feed ourselves. So I just wanted to come on here and talk about that, because a lot of people neglect themselves. Okay, a lot of people, it's spiritual ignorance. This is what it is. Okay, and also spiritual blockage, and spiritual neglect. And sometimes we have to step back and say, um, are we the cause? Are we the cause of that? Okay, you guys. All right, Ashe.